Hey guys, it's Trippy. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going to the Lizard. As you may well, if you've been following my channel since the beginning or you've gone through my older videos, the Lizard was the first place I recorded, but because of the rain we had to come away because it was just battering me and the camera, and you couldn't film anything because it was too wet. So me and Connor decided to return today. We had a big old walk around and it was a really good day. However, for recording it was a complete nightmare in terms of what footage I've got, because we got some good footage, I hope, of the Lizard. I'm not actually gone through all of it yet. I always start my videos off by doing the intro as I'm doing now, and then editing the video afterwards. So this video might be a bit of a mess. It might be a long one because there's a lot of stuff to go through, but just a lot of things went wrong today. So we'd pick a location, say, okay, we'll try and go there, and then that wouldn't work out. Then I decided to take a shortcut, as you'll see in the video, and it turned out to be, I don't know if it'll look like it in the actual footage, but it was just a really hard climb up a really steep rock, or rocks, so it absolutely knackered me. And then there was a few moments, maybe 2 or 3 occasions, where Connor would climb across because he's much better at climbing, and then when I tried to follow him I'd get stuck or I'd get a bit panicky, especially in the last one. Again, I'll have to let the footage speak for itself, but I apologise if this video is a bit all over the place. I try and keep it as structured as I can and as short as possible, but just a heads up, it might be a long one. But with that all said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is, long story short, from the Lizard to Kyne's Cove and back, and all the little things and fails in between. So hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.
The rest we've done is like right next to it. Oh yeah, this is a place. It's like... Look at these steps.
Well, someone's lost their shoe. Mm-hmm. Plan was to climb through that, but it's not happening.
So up until this point there's been 2 locations that we wanted to get to but couldn't because the rocks were too slippery, it was just too hard of a climb. This third location is that little, I don't know what you'd call it, that rock sticking out, so it's in the sea but not out at sea. We're aiming for that, but there was also a dead end to stop us getting from that as well. So I thought I'd be clever and try and scramble up all the loose rocks, which is, I don't know if it was like an old rock slide or what, but when you place your foot down and step, I think I say it later in the video, but it was just really slippery. So I'm like hurting my feet trying to climb it and putting my hands into brambles and stuff to try and get a grip so I'm not like going to roll down the hill. It just absolutely knackered me. So that was like the third and like worst thing to happen so far, and it still gets worse. So again, it was a really good day, but we just, for me at least, I didn't have very much luck.
I never know what causes that. You think it'd be rain, would you?
It's like the whole thing's sliding away.
Oh, like it might be, better not stand on that side. One day it'll just all fall down.
Hey,
A what? Oh. You can't go that way, you say?
No, it's just a big red swamp.
Oh. It's the third place today we've been foiled. I think like we can maybe slide down there, but there's no chance we'd ever get back up, so. On to the next position, I guess. Try again. Don't know how steep this looks, but I'm going to try and climb up. Yeah. But probably fall on my face. Do you reckon you can get up there? Bit of a shortcut, if it works. That was a dumb idea. That is not stable at all. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that could work. Oh, it's hard to breathe with that in. I don't know what's that going to look like on the camera, but that was steep as fuck.
See, like this whole bit's landslide, and then that's what all that is down there. Like, 'cause you wouldn't have thought that bit of grass would be there, but it's like all that's fallen.
I don't know if that was like a landslide that's slowly been beaten down, because it was only you would step and it was like walking through like quicksand, but instead of sand it was rocks. It was like every step it would slip down. Where I was climbing up down that bit. You can't really tell it like it's like it from here, but so hot.
I gotta get a bigger bag. This is ridiculous. It's hardly got anything in there. It's really busting at the seams. Yeah, we can get onto the island. Normally though, if there are loads of seagulls, that means you can't.
From here I can't see a way up. Whoa! That's a bit of a sudden edge. Yeah, I don't think we're getting down there somehow. Whoa! Trying to picture up here? That is quite scary.
So at this point we've just arrived at Cannons Cove. We stopped in a cafe, had a sandwich, gone out a beer, and we're now climbing up some rocks to try and get to a vantage point where other people can't really get to. Now if you're looking to visit Kynet's Cove but it is really busy at the car park, if you're lucky you can park at the Lizard, and they have a give what you can style car parks. There's no tickets, they have a little box next to the toilets where they recommend giving £3, but if you want to give more, if you're generous or you're short on change, you haven't got that much. It's a long old walk, so if you want to take like a picnic basket or a bodyboard or whatever you're taking, it's like, I'd say about a 15-minute walk to Kynet's Cove, so it's not ideal to leave your car there if you've got loads of stuff, but if you're just 1 or 2 or 3 people, whatever, and you've not got much stuff with you, then ideal walk across. It's a really nice walk, and then you've got to Kynet's Cove to enjoy at the end of it. So yeah, nice little spot. I had no idea that you could do that, so just a little tip for you.
I think it's just a bit hard. I can't stop trying.
That Coca-Cola is shaking around in my gut. Oh, I bashed my tooth a minute ago.
So it was at this point where my nerves started to kick in a little bit. This one wasn't as bad, but I don't know, it was because my backpack was kind of making me a bit off balance, but I didn't even think it even looked that steep when I looked back on the video, and at the time I don't think it was that steep, but something was telling my brain, whether it was because I had loads of sugar pumping through my body from that Coca-Cola and a chocolate bar, but I don't know, I was just getting all the warning bells going off saying don't cross, and I must have looked like a bit of an idiot, but I got across eventually, as you'll see, but it gets worse as the day goes on, and yeah, I'll let the video speak for itself.
I just don't know if I want to cross this bit. It's just because it like sloped off so quick.
As long as you lean into the wall.
I don't know. I can feel my leg quivering. I think it's my bag is sort of setting me off balance. Oh. Are you sure we can get that way?
Yeah.
Thank you. See, now I feel more free.
If you really get a bag like this, you don't even really notice it. Back. I know these slide around so much.
Right now I feel like I can... I'll take it back if you want. I'll
Yeah, but listen to this. Look down there. It's like
do you want me to take that?
water
Thank you.
pit.
Oh, you can see the water.
Yeah.
Tried multiple different routes to get across to that island, but even Connor didn't want to cross a certain point. I know I was sort of holding him back a bit because I was being a bit of a wimp, but there was a bit where if we jumped across, there was no way, like remotely safely, that we could jump back. So if we jumped, we would have been stuck unless we like tried to swim. So we headed back towards the Lizard to see what was that way.
Yeah, you gotta sort that bag situation. It might even kill you one.
I think it might.
I'm dying because your bag was
Is it doable? Can you get back up? What do you think? No?
Yeah, just because I was trying to do it one here.
That does look actually really slippy.
I think it's alright.
Sure?
Well, it's just the game, it's that big bag.
So you might have noticed then that I didn't even think at the time I was trying to convince him not to go, more convincing myself not to go. I asked him a couple of times, can we do it? It looks too slippery, and I'm constantly making excuses why we shouldn't do it. So in my head already, I'm telling myself, like, this is a bad idea. Even if it wasn't, I mean, I guess it wasn't safe to be climbing rocks without safety equipment and stuff, but I mean, in general, where we were, it wasn't the most unsafe place we've been, but for some reason, like I said, my head just, alarm bells are going constantly, so I try and cut the clip down because I was kind of stuck for a while, but by the end of it, I'm almost in the fetal position. I'm sort of hugging the rock. You can't obviously see from the point of view of the camera, but you see my legs to one side sort of bent together, like the baby's curled up, and very nearly had a proper freak out, but thankfully managed to keep myself under control and had Connor there, thankfully, to like back me up.
But no, I don't think I could do it easily going around these big bags.
That's the thing, it's sort of, you need to like hug the wall, don't you? I sliced my leg. Yeah. No. Trying to find an excuse to get out of it.
Like, it doesn't look steep. Maybe you could do it backwards. You just have to remember, if none of this was here and it was flat too, you wouldn't be worried about it.
Alright, how about if you stand there and if I fall, you can...
See, when you're back down here, you think, oh god, I can't believe I was scared of it.
It's just like now trying to find something to like grip onto.
None of it's slippery, it's all super grippy.
But it's like...
Then don't use that.
Why am I such a wimp?
Yes, it is. As bad as the stuff we've been doing all day. It's like you just gotta... I just got to turn backwards and get to this position. And that's like loads to hold on. Plus you can just like walk. You could probably walk down here. So I bet for £20 I could get from where you are to the bottom without using my hands.
It's just I don't know where my next step is.
I'd hold on to this one next and just come around the corner.
Don't move my feet.
But as long as you got one, because you shouldn't really rely on your legs anyway. Like it's your hands that, because your hands can't slip. If you sort of, where did you get to, like here?
Yeah.
And then just, like you can put your foot there and then...
Oh, let me stop this a minute.
There it's all beautiful and sounded, like here it gets a bit sort of scary and like dark and rocky.
But I kind of like that, to be honest.
Like look at that. See the one over there? It's like, it sort of looks like bad.
It looks like desolate. It's like the end of days. Right, I just thought I'd give you guys a rundown. It's literally a scratch, it's nothing major at all, but I had a bit of a meltdown today. So yeah, I thought I'd do a rundown and outro here. Hopefully the volume's a bit better, because last time I tried it in the car, the engine was running, obviously it was really loud, but we're climbing down the rocks, and when we went to Kynance Cove, Connor was sort of flying around, because I think it's a mixture of he's a really, really good climber and I'm terrible. So I was trying to keep up with him.
I was a little bit out of my comfort zone. Some of the places we were climbing over, I was a bit like, whoa, don't know if I like the look of this, but carried on anyway. And then it was my idea to actually climb down this part. Obviously you would have seen it in the video, but I sort of thought, I had that thought like, if I fall now I'm dead, or I'm gonna get really, really hurt. And once I had that in my mind, I couldn't get it out. And then obviously scratch my leg. I know it's only a scratch. I'm not gonna make it a big deal, like, oh, I'm gonna need loads of stitches, but that was sort of really hit home. Like, if that's a scratch from me slightly slipping, if I really slip, I'm gonna get messed up. So I was a bit like, oh, so that's why the camera kind of cut, just because off camera, I think Connor was recording, hopefully he uploads it, because it will be funny. It was embarrassing, but it'll be funny at the end of the day, where I'm sort of clinging to the rock for dear life. He's got my bag, and I'm sort of trying to go backwards. That's not working, so I climb back up, hugging the rock, try and go backwards again, still doesn't work. He's just laughing at the situation. He's like just stood up where I'm trying to climb. And yeah, I don't know, just the more time passed, the more I was sort of starting to panic. It was just a weird feeling, like I was really like knocked my confidence with climbing. I know we've not done any like major climbing like ropes or anything, but when I go out with Lisa, my girlfriend, if I get, because she's terrified of heights and stuff, if I go close to the edge, she starts to get nervous and panicky, and I always say to her, nothing's gonna happen, just breathe, be calm, you're all good. And I was trying to remember her own advice, like, okay, you're not gonna fall, you're not gonna die, everything's cool, just relax, like, breathe, lower your heart rate. But even though I was thinking that, I could still feel my heart going outside the corner. This isn't happening, I'm gonna have to get back up. And of course I looked up and it was quite steep, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I can get back up. So it started to creep in, like, am I in trouble? Are we gonna have to call the Coast Guard? But thankfully, like I said, Connor was really sort of patient, and he took my bag on and he didn't sort of basically push me up the hill. So thank you, Connor, for bearing with me. But yeah, it was a really good walk. Apart from that, we've seen from the video, it's the third time I filmed Kindness Cove now. I went to Lizard to Kindness Cove and then back to the Lizard. I've just stopped in Sainsbury's car park just to pick up a few things, but thought while I'm here I'll do a quick outro video, and got a few people come by now. They're probably going to think I'm a weirdo, so I'm going to pretend I'm talking on the phone. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's probably going to be a long one. I imagine it's probably going to be like 20 minutes, but hope you guys enjoyed it. But we're planning to do, I don't know if it'll be the next video, but we're planning on renting a kayak or doing something water-based, because there's loads of stuff in the Lizard you can do for like 48 quid, I think, where it's coast steering, where you're jumping from the rocks into the sea, swimming around, proper like rock climbing. So whether we'll do that or we'll just go to, there's a place called Stivium's Lake, which they do renting kayaks on just a big lake. That'd be quite good. But yeah, something a bit more action oriented. I like going for walks. There's a couple other channels I watch, which is like very similar to videos to ours, but I try to make mine different in the fact that me and Connor are going, or whoever I'm with, we're going off the main path and climbing around. I mean, other people's videos are still good when they're walking around, but that's where I want to be different, is we are being a bit more like adventurous. But today, I said, it just beat me. No matter what we tried to do today, it just went wrong. So yeah, hopefully in future videos it will be good. But with that all said, I shall bid you guys farewell. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.